Almost 80% of car owners will never see their odometer hit 200,000 miles. Not because their car couldn't make it, but because of small, avoidable habits they never fixed. Meanwhile, there are everyday drivers out there, regular people, not mechanics, running Toyotas and Hondas well past 400,000 miles on the original engine. One habit alone can add over 100,000 miles to your car's life and save you from a $4,000 repair you never saw coming. Here are 10 proven habits to make your car last over 500,000 miles without major repairs. Let's begin now with habit number 10. Habit number 10, change your oil on time, every time. But know your actual interval. Here's where most people quietly get it wrong. They grew up hearing change your oil every 3,000 miles, and they've been doing it ever since. But here's what they don't tell you. That rule was written for cars from the 1970s running conventional oil. Most modern vehicles, especially anything built after 2010, are designed for full synthetic oil that lasts 7,500 to 10,000 miles between changes. So if you're changing it every 3,000 miles, you're not doing your engine any favors. You're just spending money you don't need to spend. But here's the flip side that actually matters. Going too long between changes is what kills engines. Used oil breaks down, loses its viscosity, and stops protecting metal surfaces the way it should. When metal rubs against metal without proper lubrication, you get wear that builds up over years and quietly shortens your engine's life by tens of thousands of miles. Check your owner's manual, not YouTube, not your neighbor, for your car's actual oil change interval. If your car has an oil life monitor, trust it. Ford, GM, and Honda have all engineered those systems to track real driving conditions. Follow the spec for oil viscosity too, like 5W30 or 020. Using the wrong weight is like putting the wrong fuel in. It works for a while, then doesn't. Here's the kicker. Studies show engines maintained on a consistent synthetic oil schedule last on average 40 bp longer than those running conventional oil past interval. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between 180,000 miles and 300,000 miles on the same car. But wait, if that habit just made you rethink your routine, this next one could save your transmission entirely. Habit number 9, warm up your car, but not the way your grandparents did it. Old school advice says let your car sit and idle for 5 to 10 minutes before driving, especially in winter. That advice is dead wrong for modern fuel-injected engines. Here's how it actually works. Today's engines reach operating temperature fastest when they're under light load. Meaning when you drive them gently, not when you let them sit in the driveway. Idling for 10 minutes in cold weather actually washes cylinder walls with excess fuel, which strips away the oil film that protects your pistons. Over time, this leads to bore wear, a real measurable form of internal engine damage. The EPA has tested this, and modern car makers including BMW and Mercedes explicitly state in their manuals, drive within 30 seconds of starting, just keep it easy for the first few miles. What easy means in practice is keeping your RPMs below 2,500 for the first 3 to 5 minutes of driving. No hard acceleration, no highway merging at full throttle. Let the engine oil circulate and reach operating temperature naturally. Your temperature gauge will tell you when you're there. Once the needle hits the middle, you're good to go. Here's the kicker. Doing this consistently protects your piston rings, the small components that seal combustion gases inside the cylinder. Worn piston rings mean oil burns into the exhaust, which means blue smoke from your tailpipe and a repair bill between $1,500 and $3,000. 30 seconds of patience every morning keeps that bill away for the life of the car. You'd be very much surprised by this next habit. It's one almost nobody talks about. Habit number 8. Check your tire pressure every single month. Tires are the only part of your car touching the road, and almost 80% of vehicles on the road right now are running on at least one underinflated tire, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Underinflated tires don't just wear out faster, they make your engine work harder, which burns more fuel and adds unnecessary stress to your drivetrain. Here's the deal. Every 10 psi of underinflation increases tire wear by about 10 and reduces your fuel economy by around 0.2 watt per psi. It doesn't sound like much, but across 50,000 miles it adds up to hundreds of dollars in extra fuel and a set of tires you had to replace 15,000 miles earlier than you should have. The correct pressure is on a sticker inside your driver's door jamb, not on the tire sidewall. The number on the tire is the maximum pressure the tire can handle, not what your car needs. A good digital tire pressure gauge costs about $10 at any auto parts store, and checking all 4 tires takes less than 5 minutes. Do it on the 1st of every month before the car is moved, when the tires are cold. Here's the kicker. Properly inflated tires also reduce your braking distance. At 60 miles per hour, An underinflated tire can add 10 to 15 feet to the distance it takes to stop. That's not just a maintenance tip. That's a safety issue worth taking seriously. Trust me, this next one will shock you. Habit number 7. Never ignore your coolant system. Your engine produces an enormous amount of heat, enough to destroy itself in minutes without a functioning cooling system. And yet coolant is probably the most neglected fluid in the average car. Most people check their oil, maybe their brake fluid, and completely forget that their coolant degrades over time just like everything else. Here's what they don't tell you. Old coolant turns acidic. And acidic coolant doesn't just stop protecting against heat, it actively corrodes the inside of your radiator, your water pump, and your heater core. A new water pump costs $300 to $600 installed. A heater core replacement runs $800 to $1,200. A blown head gasket from an overheated engine? That's $1,500 to $3,000 minimum. Most manufacturers recommend flushing and replacing your coolant every 30,000 to 50,000 miles, or every 5 years, whichever comes first. Check your owner's manual. Many modern vehicles use long-life coolant rated for 100,000 miles or 5 years, but even those need to be tested from time to time because the actual lifespan depends on your driving conditions. Here's the kicker. When you do flush the coolant, use only the type specified for your vehicle. Toyota uses a pink oat coolant. Many GM vehicles need Dex Cool. Mixing coolant types creates a gel-like sludge that clogs your radiator. A $20 bottle of the wrong coolant can cause a $1,000 repair. Always check the cap on your coolant reservoir. It usually tells you the correct type right there. If you made it here, we'd really appreciate a like on the video. It helps us keep making car tips content like this. Wait until you hear about this next one. Habit number 6. Use your parking brake. Even on flat ground. If you drive an automatic transmission, there's a good chance you haven't touched your parking brake in months. Most people just shift into park and walk away. Here's what that's actually doing to your transmission. When you put an automatic in park, a small metal pin called a parking pawl locks the output shaft of your transmission. When you skip the parking brake, the full weight of your car rests on that pin on a flat surface that's manageable. On any kind of incline, even a gentle one, that's putting real stress on a component about the size of your thumb. Over years of doing this, the parking pawl wears down, and when it eventually fails, your transmission won't hold in park at all. Replacing a parking pawl in an automatic transmission can cost $300 to $700, and on some vehicles, it means a full transmission teardown. The fix is simple. When you park, hold the brake pedal down, shift into park, apply the parking brake, then release the brake pedal. This transfers the weight of the car to the parking brake cables, which are designed to hold it, instead of the parking pawl, which isn't. Takes about 3 extra seconds. Here's the kicker. Using your parking brake regularly also keeps the cables and mechanism from seizing up. On many rear drum brake vehicles, the parking brake cable runs through the same components as the rear brakes. A cable that's never used can corrode in place, and freeing a seized cable costs $150 to $400 at a shop. Now for a habit that protects one of your most expensive components and most people skip completely. Habit number 5. Keep your gas tank above a quarter full. This one sounds too simple to matter, but here's how it actually works. Your electric fuel pump sits inside your gas tank, and it uses the fuel itself as a coolant. When you run your tank close to empty on a regular basis, the pump starts pulling air along with fuel, which causes it to run hot. Over time, this shortens the pump's life significantly. A fuel pump replacement on a modern vehicle runs $400 to $900 parts and labor, and a failing fuel pump doesn't always give you a warning. Sometimes it just quits, leaving you stranded on the highway. AAA reports that fuel pump failures are one of the top 10 causes of roadside breakdowns in the US. On top of that, sediment naturally settles to the bottom of your gas tank over years of use. Running low regularly means your pump is pulling that sediment through your fuel filter and injectors. Clogged fuel injectors reduce your engine's efficiency and cost $300 to $600 to clean professionally. Here's the kicker. Keeping your tank above a quarter full is also smart in winter. A fuller tank has less room for condensation to form, which means less water in your fuel system. Water in fuel causes rough idling, misfires, and in extreme cases, corrosion inside the tank. One habit, multiple problems prevented. You'd be very much surprised how few people actually do this next one. Habit number 4, replace your air filter on schedule. Your engine needs roughly 14 parts air for every 1 part fuel to run properly. That air passes through a paper or foam filter designed to catch dirt, dust, and debris before it enters your combustion chamber. A clogged air filter restricts that airflow, and when your engine can't breathe properly, it compensates by pulling more fuel, which drops your fuel economy by up to 10 ppm and makes your engine work harder than it should. Most manufacturers recommend replacing the engine air filter every 15,000 to 30,000 miles, but if you live somewhere dusty or do a lot of rural driving, you may need it sooner. Pull the filter out and hold it up to light. If you can't see light through it, it's done. A new air filter costs $15 to $40 and takes 5 minutes to swap out yourself. No tools required on most vehicles. Here's the kicker. A badly clogged air filter can also cause your mass airflow sensor to read incorrectly, which triggers your check engine light and throws off your fuel trim. A MAF sensor replacement costs $200 to $400. Spending $20 on a filter every year protects a $300 sensor. That math works out very clearly in your favor. But wait, this next habit is something top mechanics swear by and most car owners have never even heard of. Habit number 3. Service your transmission fluid before your manufacturer tells you to. Most owners' manuals list transmission fluid as a lifetime fill, meaning they suggest you never change it. Here's what they don't tell you. Lifetime in manufacturer language means the lifetime of the warranty, not the lifetime of your car. Transmission fluid breaks down over time, loses its ability to protect and cool internal components, and picks up small metal particles from normal wear. Automatic transmission repairs are among the most expensive jobs in automotive work. A rebuild or replacement runs $2,000 to $5,000, and the transmission is often the first major component to fail on high-mileage vehicles. Mechanics who specialize in high-mileage cars say consistently that transmissions maintained with regular fluid changes, every 40,000 to 60,000 miles, last dramatically longer than those still running factory-fill fluid at 100,000 miles. On most vehicles, a transmission fluid drain and fill costs $100 to $200. A full flush with a machine costs $150 to $300. Either way, it's a small fraction of what a failed transmission costs you. Here's the kicker. On vehicles with over 100 miles where the transmission fluid has never been changed, some mechanics actually advise against a full flush. Old, dirty fluid can be masking worn seals, and fresh, thinner fluid can cause those seals to leak. In that case, a simple drain and partial fill is the safer move. Know your car's history before you book the service. Now, for the habit that separates cars that hit 200,000 miles from cars that hit 500,000, habit number 2, follow the severe duty maintenance schedule, not the normal one. Every owner's manual has 2 maintenance schedules, normal duty and severe duty. Most people assume they fall into the normal category. Here's the truth. If you drive mostly short trips under 10 miles, do a lot of city stop-and-go driving, deal with extreme heat or cold, or tow anything regularly, you're in the severe duty category. And that describes the daily reality for most drivers. Short trips are especially hard on engines because the engine never fully reaches operating temperature, which means moisture and acids never fully evaporate out of the oil. According to Blackstone Laboratories, one of the most respected oil analysis companies in the country, oil in a car driven mainly on short trips degrades far faster than oil in a highway driver's car, even at the same mileage. The severe duty schedule calls for oil changes, filter replacements, and fluid checks at half the normal interval. If the normal schedule says change your oil at 10,000 miles, severe duty says 5,000. It costs a little more per year, but it keeps internal engine surfaces protected during exactly the conditions that cause the most damage. Here's the kicker. Following the severe duty schedule costs the average driver maybe $200 to $400 more per year, but it can extend the life of your engine and transmission by 50,000 to 100,000 miles. If that pushes your car's life out by 5 extra years and saves you a $25,000 car payment, that extra $400 per year pays for itself many times over. And now, the number 1 habit, the one that makes everything else on this list actually work. Habit number 1, find one good mechanic and build a real relationship with them. This one doesn't involve a product or a fluid interval, but every owner of a 400,000 mile or 500,000 mile car will tell you the same thing. They had a mechanic they trusted who knew their car's full history. Here's why that matters more than anything else on this list. A mechanic who has worked on your car for years knows what was replaced, what was flagged during a previous inspection, and what's likely to need attention next. That context saves you hundreds of dollars in diagnostic fees, and it means small problems get caught before they turn into expensive ones. A good mechanic will tell you, Your CV boot has a small tear. Let's fix it now for $80 before it becomes a $600 CV axle job. That's what real preventive care looks like. Independent shops, not dealerships, not national chains, almost always offer more honest, personalized attention. Find one with strong reviews on Google or through word of mouth. Bring your car in for a simple oil change and pay attention to how they talk to you. A good mechanic explains what they found and why it matters. A bad one just hands you a list with no context. Here's the kicker. Once you find a mechanic you trust, ask them to do a full inspection once a year, even when nothing seems wrong. Most shops charge $50 to $100 for a comprehensive inspection. That 1 hour of professional eyes on your car can catch problems you'd never notice from the driver's seat, and it costs less than a single repair you could have avoided. So there you have it, 10 habits that owners of 500,000-mile cars actually live by. Some of these cost almost nothing. Some save you thousands of dollars. All of them are things you can start doing today. Here's my question for you. Which of these habits were you already doing, and which one caught you off guard the most? Drop the number in the comments. I read every single one, and if you want more videos like this, covering car maintenance, money-saving tips, and things your dealer will never tell you, hit subscribe. There's a lot more coming.